Okay, so I'm finally going to show you my favorite controller, the Steam controller. Alright, and the reason it's my favorite is due to these two things right over here. Essentially, they work as trackpads for a mouse with a little bit more accuracy than a controller stick. Well, actually, a lot more accuracy than a control stick, and a bit more and a bunch of other things, and the ability to be like, I think, 16 buttons each, plus adding modifiers to them, making them 32 buttons each, if you want to. It's a particularly interesting thing. Here, first, I'm just gonna go switch over here. I'm gonna show you what I mean. So, like right over here, this is my left deep or little haptic trigger thing. That's all of these, and by the way, this is all going to be on the Steam Deck, this particular system. It's going to look a bit different because the UI is going to change, I believe, quite a bit. From big picture is going to change quite a bit once the Steam Deck releases. So, but it does have these two things. Fucking goddamn, I forget what they're called. Little haptic, or it's not haptic, but haptic feedback is part of the marketing too, but I don't fucking remember the name of these things for some reason. Essentially, they're trackpads. It's actually what they're called, trackpads. Okay, so we're gonna go through and I'm gonna show you what you can do with them. So you can do menu, 16 buttons. Why is my thing blinking at me? And you can change them all, additional. So, and then look, so like the map, I actually edited this one myself, but the binding, and then right over here you can change the icon, because it's M is map, map is a map icon. And then I tried setting it on a secondary thing, but for some reason I cannot figure out how I did that unless I build it myself. So anyway, that all happens. But you have this, and look, you have all of these buttons. You can make them two, and then the mouse is my other one. And this is a mouse and keyboard type game. You can technically play this on a controller, but this is using the mouse and keyboard inputs completely. So you're running this perfectly. Honestly, all of these, the control 1, 2, 3, 4, control plus any of these buttons, could be a separate set of buttons. And why? Why must you do this to me? Why must it blink at me constantly? I don't know how this is going to show up. It's fucking pissing me off. Anyway, that's how you do it. It has this kind of thing. It's best done in big picture mode, like you start Steam in big picture mode and then you run it. And that's why it's like that. But another interesting thing it has is right here, this is a gyro control, which is great when you're playing a shooter. So if you're ever playing a shooter, what you do is you tell it gyro controls activate whenever you hold the right mouse button down and right mouse button down, so you can aim and then aim tighter. It's not quite as good as a mouse, but it's 10 times better than a controller, which means a mouse is probably 20 times better than a controller. It's just that much more accurate. It's pretty insane. Anyway, it looks like fucking Splitgate finally showed up, so I'm gonna get off of this and go play that. That game's taking up my life right now. I'll be back. Maybe.